Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to a Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Welcome back to the Going Deep segment brought to you by CO2Lift. Today, we're joined by a powerhouse couple in plastic surgery, Dr. Ramtin Kassir and Dr. Sheila Kassir. Dr. Ramtin is a triple board-certified plastic surgeon and reconstructive surgeon, internationally recognized as one of the foremost experts in facial rejuvenation and rhinoplasty. He's been featured across major media outlets, including the New York Times, Fox News, and CNN, and his expertise has been trusted by countless public figures. Alongside him is his equally dynamic partner, Dr. Sheila Kassir. She's a board-certified plastic surgeon, international beauty expert, and founder of Inside Beauty Spa and her own beauty brand, Inside Beauty by KASSIR MDs. Together, they're breaking down the new era of recovery, where science meets self-care, exploring how innovations like hyperbaric oxygen therapy and CO2Lift Pro are helping patients heal faster, improve outcomes, and redefine post-procedure wellness. Here's a fun fact. The global aesthetic medicine market is expected to surpass $180 billion by the year 2030. That's just a few years away. And recovery innovation is a major driver of that growth. Here to break it all down are the amazing Kassirs. Welcome to the show, superstars.
Thank you for having us in.
Hi.
All right, let's dive right in. So excited to chat with both of you. Dr. Ramtin, you have over 2 decades in private practice, and it's safe to say the field has definitely evolved tremendously, specifically when it comes to pre- and post-procedure care. What have you seen change over the years, and would you say it's now considered just as important as the procedure itself?
The recovery now is actually part of the surgery. Like in 2025, recovery is the procedure. 20 years ago, actually, I've been in practice 29 years. So when I first started, you would put the last stitch in and that was it. Now, that's when the procedure really begins. So we design the recovery the same way we design the operation, meaning like from preconditioning the skin, optimizing nutrition, LED photobiomodulation, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, IV infusions, and we're personalizing what we're doing with the patients in terms of their blood work. So AI is actually helping us do that. So, lymphatic drainage, these things accelerate healing. They reduce your swelling and make you look better faster.
Dr. Sheila, I'm going to refer to you as Dr. Sheila because you're both Kassir, so we're going to regulate like that. So Dr. Sheila, let's talk about one specific form of post-procedure care, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an advanced recovery treatment trusted by elite athletes, Hollywood stars, and experts like yourself. It's also something offered right at your Inside Beauty location in New York City, which is pretty proprietary because it's not like you bump into an oxygen chamber every now and then, right? Like so easily. So for those unfamiliar, can you break down the science behind the HBOT chamber, how it accelerates healing and recovery, and who benefits most?
It's basically a chamber where you lie in, but our wellness center, our Inside Beauty Med Spa actually has one where you can sit comfortably. It floods the body with oxygen under pressure. That means instead of breathing in what you usually breathe in, about 21% of oxygen, you get 100% of oxygen. And that leads to just better healing, faster healing. It reduces inflammation and it helps with the overall job. Like when you have patients who go to our wellness center after surgery and you look at their sutures after, let's say, a week, you can really say, this patient went into the hyperbaric oxygen chamber and this patient didn't. You see the acceleration of the healing. And it's as if, imagine you would build a house with one person or with 500 people. That's how much faster you can heal. And this, as I said, has been extraordinary. And as you mentioned, it's not only used in plastic surgery. We also have athletes who come in. We have people with who battle fatigue or patients from after other surgeries like orthopedic surgery, because assume you had something on your knee done. That kind of tissue, like the ligaments, don't have good blood supply. There's not many vessels around knees or elbows or anything orthopedically. And when you go into the oxygen chamber, you just have extra oxygen that really helps to heal. So we love it. And our patients really enjoy being there because they can sit, they can actually work on their laptop or do anything while they do something good that they can do for the outcome of their surgery.
That's incredible. I mean, for context, for those listening or watching, studies show what she's talking about, that hyperbaric oxygen therapy increases tissue oxygenation concentration by up to 1,200%. That's a big number, and that dramatically speeds up healing after both surgical and non-surgical procedures. So it's fascinating to see how this medical grade recovery tool is now being adapted for the aesthetic world. It's truly proprietary. Congratulations to have that in your office.
Thank you.
Now, Dr. Ramtin, so this segues perfectly into my next question, because CO2Lift Pro, which is a topical carboxy gel, is often compared to hyperbaric oxygen chambers in how it supports recovery. So can you explain how both treatments utilize oxygen differently and how you incorporate CO2Lift into your own practice before or after surgery?
I mean, that's great. And thank you for asking that, Zen. So both hyperbaric oxygen therapy and the CO2 lift revolve around oxygen, but from opposite directions. So the CO2 lift gel uses carbon dioxide to actually trick the skin into absorbing more oxygen naturally. Hyperbaric therapy, what Dr. Sheila just talked about, pushes more oxygen into the bloodstream under pressure. So in our practice, we combine them. CO2 lift pre-surgery to prep the skin, get it ready, and post-surgery to minimize bruising and speed recovery. It's really oxygen biohacking aesthetic style.
That's such a great explanation. You're right on. And the fact that a topical treatment like CO2 Lift can mimic the effects of carboxy therapy without injections or downtime is truly game changer, especially when we know that oxygen flow to the skin declines about 60% between ages 20 and 60. So it's empowering patients to heal smarter, not harder. And that's what it's all about. Now, Dr. Sheila, your Inside Beauty Med Spa also focuses on non-surgical aesthetic treatments. We're all about that. Can CO2 Lift play a role here too, either as a prep step or recovery aid after facials, peels, or laser treatments?
Yes, it absolutely does. It just like my husband just said, what I wanted to add, like many patients already know about the hyperbaric oxygen, and they don't always know about the CO2 lift. And then I'm like, you know what? You can actually do the same with a topical way and use a mask. And then they're like all about it, because if you can go into the chamber, you can even use this mask in the spa or even when you go home after surgery. So this is really something that patients value. And at the spa, we use it a lot after laser. Like this is the laser season. We have many like CO2 lasers. And the redness, you can really recover from that much quicker when you use the CO2 lift. We usually try to advise this really on top of any laser, because it finishes any procedure in the best possible way.
Exactly. And that's such an exciting bridge between beauty and medicine. When you look at, the neoangiogenesis or adding oxygenating or CO2 infused treatments, those without a doubt reduce that post-treatment inflammation significantly, up to 40%. And it visibly also improves that skin hydration and texture in just under 40 minutes, right? So it's the kind of innovation that's redefining spa recovery. And I love that you offer this in your med spa. Now, Dr. Ramtin, let's shift gears to the emotional side of the recovery process, because even with advanced treatments, recovery can still feel daunting and emotionally draining for patients. So how do you help patients manage that emotional roller coaster? And what role does your wellness and recovery center play in helping them feel calm and cared for throughout?
I mean, that's the crux of what we've been doing the last few years, to kind of as an adjunct to my almost 30 years in practice. And as you just mentioned, Zen, recovery is as emotional as it is physical. So now they come in and done all this surgery, but then patients go through waves. You have swelling, you have bruising, and now the doubt comes in. What did I do? So our wellness center gives them a sanctuary, 24/7 nursing. You have these private suites that I'll tell you are better than any hotel in New York. If you don't believe me, just go to them and see. And then we have IV therapy, LED, photobiomodulation, like real LED photobiomodulation, hyperbaric oxygen, the CO2 lift. We have IV infusions, again, tailored to your blood work. Everything's designed to make them feel cared for and calm. And then when patients feel supported, they heal faster and they look better. It's medicine meeting mindfulness. 100%, not 99, of the patients who sign up for the minimum 3 days at the wellness center, that's the minimum requirement, extend.
Wow. This feels like an experience. It's almost like every mother's dream, without a doubt. And you have a place to stay that's better than any hotel room in the city. And so well said. I think more and more patients appreciate when their surgeon takes that holistic approach, because the psychological recovery, like you said, can be just as important as the physical one. Now, one last question before we wrap up here for you, Dr. Sheila. You're known for bridging science and self-care and creating a truly 360-degree beauty experience. It's everything we've been talking about up until now. As technology and wellness continue to evolve, what do you see as the next frontier in surgical and even non-surgical aesthetics, and more importantly, the way patients experience beauty and healing?
I think for patients, it's really important not just to look better, they want to feel better. If I just do plastic surgery, I think some people, it doesn't automatically make someone look younger. It maybe makes them look better or more attractive, but not always younger. Like, I feel like you can see if someone is in their 50s and has plastic surgery, that doesn't mean you look like the 20-year-old always. But if you feel better on top of that, you do look younger. If you really want to look younger, like, the holistic approach is what everybody is asking for. The demand is really more towards, and it doesn't matter if it's surgical or non-surgical. When I come in and I'd say, now is the time to take care of myself, I want the whole shebang. So please don't skip anything that I need to know to do at this moment. So this is our goal. Like, if there's something we need to offer to complete their treatment, we offer it. And that's the whole title of what I stand for.
That's the ethos. And that's such a powerful perspective. And it feels like the industry is finally catching up to what women have always known, that beauty isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. And between wearable tech that monitors recovery and regenerative ingredients like exosomes, I mean, we're entering an era where science and self-care truly coexist. And you guys are living proof of this with your incredible facility. Thank you so much for coming on. I learned so much. I'm excited to come check out your facility.
Please do so.
Just to say hi.
You have to come. You have to come and try all the devices and get a CO2Lift and all that.
I sign me up. That was the incredible Dr. Ramtin Kassir and Dr. Sheila Kassir, a powerhouse couple redefining what it means to heal beautifully from the inside out. To learn more about their amazing work, you could visit them directly on their website at drkassir.com and www.insidebeautyspa.com. And be sure to follow them on the gram at Dr. Kassir and at Dr. Sheila Kassir, and of course at Inside Beauty Spa. That was our Going Deep segment, brought to you by CO2Lift. I'm your host, Zen Sams. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by CO2Lift. As we age, our skin loses moisture and elasticity, causing wrinkled skin. You can reverse this aging process with CO2Lift. CO2Lift utilizes the powerful benefits of carbon dioxide to lift, tighten, and regenerate your skin. This simple, painless at-home carboxytherapy treatment is scientifically proven to reverse the aging process. You will see reduction in wrinkles, increase luminosity, and improve pigmentation, sagging, skin tone, and radiance.
For more information or to order CO2Lift, ask your skincare professional or go to CO2Lift.com.